Okay, we're going into this end. Now, who is this fellow? Check out those dates. Right then, this is from the other end. The tomb of King Henry IV, 1367-1413, and his wife Joan of Navarre. Let's have a look if we can. Just stepped out a side entrance to the chapel, and I'm just about out of tape here, so I wanted to show you this and this, and it would appear there is a cemetery here, a courtyard, and a separate wing of the church that we weren't in from the inside, I don't believe. Again, the spear from outside the tower. And I think we're going to be out of tape in a very short second.
What's it?
Okay, this is in the part I said that we hadn't seen yet. Just wanted you to see the ceiling, kind of work they have in there. Zero. Okay. Zero. So we got a few seconds of this. That's good. The White Cliffs of Dover. famous English Channel and the White Cliffs of Dover. If you look in that location, about right there, there are some tunnels in the mountains that were used for protection during bombing raids in the war. The castle and everything else on top there, I don't have any history on that yet, but if we get it, we'll let you know. There's another ship there. But these are the famous White Cliffs of Dover. We're leaving the English coast. I'm going to run up the stairs. Get a shot from the top. Oh, there we are. It's a little windy up here. But here we truly do see Channel. Board. And there's a sailboat. Must be having fun. It is windy out here, I'm telling you. And we're inside having lunch. Playing cards to pass the time.
Oh yeah, that's orange.
Fruits. Making lunch. Mr. Labar at work. Little princess. Some of us kids are going to take a little walk about the interior of this ferry. Have a look-see. Arcades. A play zone for the kids. They have everything.
Okay.
We're going to Kids Corner.
Is there on carpet?
See France shopping. Up to the upper deck. Let's stay inside.
Video arcade up there.
Video arcade?
Yeah. Video arcade.
Let's check that out.
I used to be that. No, actually, it's not that I lost, but it's my parents.
Edith PIAF, 1946. And this gentleman is Yves Montand, 1966.
We just finished on. Doing what it says. Yeah. At least he's not lost.
Okay, I'll meet you back out there.
Let's go with this.
What was this? Okay, I'm gonna keep walking. You guys gonna play? Jesse! About going this to the back of the ship. Just 1 second. Oh, that's good. Come on. Restaurant. Okay. Now we're in the bar. Lounge and bar. Huh?
Down here.
You can feel it? This is the rear lounge, and they have an upper deck. An upper viewing area. And there are ships coming and going like crazy. Hello. Ooh, just the left one?
I paid it in euros. 50 euros. 50 euros.
What? You're going outside? Oh.
That's it.
All right. And off in the distance, you can still see the White Cliffs of Dover. Very rare that you get this range of visibility. We're fortunate. We can almost see right across the whole English Channel because right behind me is the Norman coast, Calais, where we'll be landing very shortly. Oh, turning into the sun, and there's the Norman coast. These ferries are going across here hot and heavy. There's lots of them. There's the coast on the other side. The wind out here is terrible. That is the wind blowing the cabin.
behind? Dead, yeah. Everyone got that.
A little peek at the French countryside.
Okay.
Aside from a few different trees, it's not much
how do you
dissimilar
speak
from
English?
Saskatchewan,
Do you
central
speak English?
Saskatchewan, even parts of Manitoba.
Parlez-vous anglais? That's it.
The soil is very light.
Okay, everyone say that. Parlez-vous anglais? Anglais. Okay. And oh yeah. Manners. Please. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Derrière. Derrière. That's right. We say. Oh yeah. It's okay. I think you should know. It's okay in case someone apologizes. Everyone knows that already. I heard they're very good. They taste like calamari is. I know what's okay. Octopus is very cheap. Person is calamari. That's me. I'm wondering. Octopus is la sèche. La sèche. That's dry. Yeah. Why do I want to know?
Out the back window.
Calamari is squid. La sèche is octopus. La sèche is dry. Oh yeah. Coffee with milk. Coffee is la café. In the bar. Cafe. And you'll get coffee. So la café.
How do you say juice? Juice!
And if you want it with milk, le café avec le lait.
Gendarme!
Le café au lait.
My first gendarme.
Café au lait. Everyone say that? Kind of a tongue twister, I don't really think about it. And if you want sugar and milk, café au lait avec sucre.
Well, we are now at Canadian Memorial Park. The grounds of the Canadian Vimy Memorial Park have been hallowed by the sacrifice of those Canadians who died to preserve freedom. This is Vimy Ridge, a very famous Canadian battle, or a battle for the hill. And as you can see, the terrain here has never been leveled out. The red signs indicate areas where unexploded mines still exist to this day. They are fenced in. They have wire fences around the edge to keep people out. The hills are, the ground is uneven due to the bombing, the digging, the trenches, and all that happened during the war, and it was turned up so badly that to this day it has not leveled out. The trees, they say, on the way in along here, you can see they've been trimmed, and throughout the area, they say each tree represents a fallen Canadian soldier. And behind this walkway we have the memorial. It is made of Italian marble. As you can see, we're on a hill. They have mines, but I guess they don't mind some blown up sheep every now and then. The sheep are expendable. names of the fallen. It's a lot of names. It's a big monument. An important hill. Go around to the other side. Here ends the roll of 11,285 Canadians who gave their lives in the Great War, but the site of whose graves is unknown. The whole number of these is 18,283. The names not recorded here are engraved on the memorial arch to the armies of the British Empire of the Mynarski of Ypres. I'm going down here. My son told me there were steps.
There are, right here. Gotta get up there and then from...
Well, that's why I asked.
Come down there.
Are there stairs here?
Yeah.
Oh. And on top, they have more figures.
That. I'll take a picture of you. You stand right there. And I'll go
The
back
camera is acting funny. My camera.
Mm-hmm.
Up from the rear step, this monument. One panoramic view from the top. Vimy Ridge.
15 minutes is going to be enough? I don't think so. Half an hour. Right? Okay. Good night.
This is the laneway to the monument.
I wouldn't do that. No. It's going to be fine with you?
No, okay for me.
Yeah, because we lose too much time.
And this is the town of Vimy, actually, around out here. It is the town of Vimy.
I think it's about 2K away.
The laneway is approximately 2 kilometers, and as we exit, you see the actual town of Vimy.
And when we get back to the bus, I'll
Soccer
give you
stadium.
timing for tomorrow morning. Now, the Canadian might be kind of, I don't know if you're going to be doing something or not, but then maybe we'll talk about it. Well, okay. And, well, yeah, and then I'll give you the timing for tomorrow.
Paris at
Right.
night.
Thank you.
Unloading in Paris. We got here, it's 10 to 9. So on the street, we're just going to have something to eat. There goes the train. And here's where we're eating slams.
Like my jacket.
Paris. Apparently the menu is Alsatian, so it's going to be some kind of a pizza. Talk to you later. See, she has to be on it first. Smile. Show me those braces. Come on. We want to have a memento of those braces.
See, watch. It's like this. Hi, Mom. See? Just
There you go. Say hi to your mom.
Your son about the pink wires for his gum stuck in your teeth. That was so funny.
First one's always got a one.
It was the best. They noticed the colors.
Say hello. Hi, Mom. Lovely restaurant. just to indicate the variety of transport in Paris. That's making it work. From that to that. I'm just outside the restaurant after dinner, and this fella has his private parking. He just drives up on the sidewalk. He's got a nice little Beamer. Guess he wants it looked after. So he parks it where he can keep an eye on it. On my little stroll in front of the restaurant, we come to this little alley. How about we don't go down there? All right? I don't think my French is good enough to talk my way out of whatever I would run into down there. There's Mr. Labar.
I love this city. Je t'aime Paris.
This is our hotel in Paris. The lobby. One shot. That's it, folks. The lobby. This is the hotel's name. One of our local patrons.
Things like this that I wish I smoked.
Mr. Labar was waiting for his key.
I'm waiting for my key. Hello. Woohoo.
Right, folks? Paris. There's our room.
Yeah, typical European. Pretty tiny. Pretty tiny.
That's it.
Okay.
The stairs. The elevator is big enough for 2 people and 1 suitcase. We're on the 6th floor, so we took the stairs. Imagine that. Hang on. Here's Jesse and Tim's room. Actually, it's a mansion.
Compared to yours.
Got all kinds of room. But check out the view.
We even got a cot if we wanted. 3 beds and a cot. We could have 4 people in here.
We're in the loft. Look out the window.
Where's the next one?
Paris. Up close. Kinda neat. This is a staircase. Kinda neat. The restaurant is downstairs in the basement. Good morning.
Okay. So, where are you from? In the States?
Canada.
Chicago. I know they're Canadians. I can see you. Chicago and Canada. Where?
3-room suite.
Sorry?
3-room suite
Manitoba.
in these
Manitoba.
buildings.
Okay.
Buy
Winnipeg?
is
Yeah.
400,000 euros.
We must think the weather is really nice then.
Not bad. 700,000
Do you
pounds.
still have snow in sort of Chicago and Winnipeg and the thing? No? It won't be allowed anymore. But anyway, it still is. And then we'll sort of carry on with the west of Paris. Some of you, who's coming to Versailles?
Where?
Okay, all right. Canadians, you are not coming to Versailles, is that it? Your entire group? Okay. We're going to try to drop you off round about the Invalids. So either you get on the RER, it's just one stop to Orsay. You forget about to say.
The Statue of
Population
Liberty.
in Paris. Bit of change. About 2.5 million inhabitants in Paris. Okay, that's the population. Adding the population of the first, and at the fall of the empire, we had kings again in France. Have you ever heard of Louis XVIII, Charles X, and Louis Philippe?
Yes.
The back? Ever heard of that? No, yes and no. Louis XVIII, Charles X, brothers of Louis XVI, who had escaped at the early stages of the French Revolution and then came back to France and ruled. Okay? Louis Philippe was a cousin of that family. It dates back to the 16th century, this one. This was the residence of the bishops of the city of Sens, which is a city just to the north of Paris. They had a residence in Paris for a very long time, until the 17th century. Paris was part of the bishopry of Sens.
Do the people living here own their apartments or just
Depends. It really depends. The majority of the Parisians rent the apartment in which they live, but you also have people who own. So there's no art. Now look to your right-hand side. Look. Isn't that gorgeous?
Sometimes I remember how gorgeous it is. È bella, è bellissima. Poi dal dietro è favolosa.
Dove vai da Parigi?
Firenze-Roma.
Firenze-Roma. Treno la notte.
Sì, sono bellissime, treno di notte.
Now in a minute we'll be getting off to go to Notre Dame. And I'm going to ask you to really stay with me because we're going to be...
Notre Dame Cathedral. Not very big. By the way, it only took 200 years to build this one.
Which means that it was only in 1977 that a bank digging for the parking lot found the place.
This is the confessional.
Modern.
They're there for drainage. They're gutters. Yeah. And if you look carefully, you have some of the gargoyles that have fallen off, and you have a pipe sticking out, and their mouth is open. When it rains, you see water coming out of their mouth. Yeah? If you put water in your throat and you go, ah, like that, what does it do? It gargles. Never mind. You see the flying buttresses here? If you go to the gardens there, you'll get great shots of those. Now, see there's a row of gargoyles here.
Tree walls. But it was in the 16th century, at the time of Francis I, that the king started really to use the Louvre as a main residence in Paris. Here on your left-hand side, where you have those sort of red curtains there up above, it's the National Academy of Fine Arts. So a lot of the artists whose works are now at the Louvre studied at the National Academy of Fine Arts. The Louvre was the main royal residence until 1682, which is when Louis XIV moved the court, transferred the court from Paris to Versailles. They were artists who had the privilege to have an apartment at the Louvre. Louis Levaux, Lebrun, André Lenôtre, the architect, painter and decorator, the gardener of Versailles, they lived at the Louvre. Some of the royal collections of art, like the Roman antiques, for example, were already showed in some of the former royal apartments at the Louvre. But it was at the time of the French Revolution that the museum was opened here, and it was at the time of Napoleon I that there was a curator for the Louvre, a man called Denon, and that's when the collections were organized and when the museum was really sort of renovated. And antiquities until the middle of the 19th century. If you look on the left-hand side, across the river on the left bank, there is a building there that has huge big clocks and huge big doors, and it has a glass and metallic structure in the center. Can you all see what I'm talking about? Huh? What is there? You have names carved on it. It's a former train station, a train station that was inaugurated in 1900, and in 1986, this former train station, see, this avenue doesn't have trees on both sides. This was done on purpose. If they had planted trees on both sides of the avenue, in the spring and summer, the branches and leaves of the trees would have hidden the opera house. Oh, so this was done on purpose. The light, the lampposts that you have on both sides of the avenue, they date back to 1876. It was the first time that there was public electric lighting in Paris. Before that, everything was gas lighting. And then gradually, they transferred to electricity. Now, we also call the opera house the Garnier Palace, or the Garnier Opera House. And there was a contest organized in the 1850s for the design of the new opera house, and the man who won the contest was a man called Charles Garnier, who was 36 years old at the time, and he overlooked everything there, not only the architecture, and what was through the woods that were here at the time. And this road was called Les Champs-Élysées, the Elysian Fields. The Greek mythology, that's the equivalent to paradise. And then later in the 18th century, there were a few ashes down on Place de la Concorde. And then about 10 days after that, there is a very famous race that finishes on the Champs-Élysées. Le Tour de France. It finishes in Paris, and the last leg of the race is down the Champs-Élysées. And it's also on the Champs-Élysées that, on New Year's Eve, museums in here, the Navy Museum, the Museum of Mankind, the Museum of... There's going to be a gap between buildings, and there you're going to see in the distance the Mount of the Martyrs. The white church at the top is the Sacré-Cœur. Look to your left. Can you see it?
Okay, girls, we gotta go.
This is the military school where Napoleon went to school in 1784 and 85. We're in front of the Museum of Modern Impressionist Art. Impressionist Museum. Impressionist Van Gogh. Monet. Renoir. Edouard Manet. This is in the main gallery, the main entrance. This is the Louvre Museum, famous in Paris. This is all three wings basically, one building. And this wing that I'm looking at now actually extends, as you've seen earlier, for about a quarter mile, and it is the same on both sides. This is such a humongous structure.
When you going out?
When I got back. Female.
This is the common area in front of the Louvre. It goes on and on. And at the end you see the thing from Egypt again, and there's fountains on the end of that. Dinner in Paris. The name of the restaurant? Yeah, something. Here we are inside. Nice little place. Here's the crew.
Johnny, you're horrible. What? Look, you made another man. Who? Jesse? Yeah. It's just trademark.
And our waiters. Just want you to see how these streets connect. The buildings, another street, and I'm standing in the middle of the intersection, damn near getting run over. But what a neat setup. And it is busy. Here we are under the Eiffel Tower. There's an elevator in the lake there. It goes up and up and up. And I'm walking toward the middle. You'll just see another deck up there. Down. Here's our gate to go up. Well, we are now on top of the Eiffel Tower, and this view, the first view, is that of which we shot. This is the way we approached from that building, the other side, down this walkway past the fountain, and then down underneath here. This is how we approached the tower this evening. There is the Arch de Triomphe. We have a lovely view of a hotel down there. Some sort, lovely structure. Oh, this thing is focusing poorly because of the rain and the wires.
Hey, a searchlight! Look, a searchlight!
Arc de Triomphe. It's windy up here. We're 1,000 feet up. We have the harbor here. This is where we're going to be taking a boat ride this evening. Harbor and bridges. The river, Thames, Seine, pardon me. Wrong city. Sites that we saw earlier today.
There's the Seine River.
We have a soccer match. everybody what you're seeing up here. Quickly though.
Everything!
We're on the cruise and this is the Alexander Bridge.
La sua architettura è tipica dell'arte dell'epoca, la Belle Époque. Et le commentaire reprend dans les écouteurs. The commentary starting again on the earphones. Der Kommentar fängt im Audioguide wieder an. Il commento continua nei telefoni. Devant vous, sur la gauche, vous découvrez maintenant le Louvre. C'est l'un des plus grands musées.
This is the Louvre from the river now. This building, these wings are 700 meters long. You noticed maybe on the roadway, we thought it was more like half a mile. They're so long. We're going under the bridge right now. But 700 meters long. This building is longer than the Eiffel Tower is tall. The world's biggest museum, and tomorrow we're going to be inside having a look. If you remember, there is a wing on the other side, the same as this, and then there is a joining wing. It's like a big letter H or something. Yeah? This is Notre Dame, is it? What's that? This is Notre Dame Cathedral from the river at night.